Kia ora whānau. Hello, good morning, morena, all that stuff. Happy Monday. Now, I kind of owe you an apology because I missed my Friday podcast. And then I thought, well, do you? You know, do I? Do I? Do I an apology? Didn't do the Friday podcast. Just got a bit overwhelmed, if I'm honest. And then I thought, no, I don't need to apologise because it's okay, right? And then I'm like, well, no, because I like to be consistent. And I'm very proud of myself for doing this podcast regularly because consistency is not my thing. It's really not. But I have really enjoyed doing my podcast and I won't do that again. And except I might, I might. My intention, here we go. Here's my intention. My intention is never to not do the podcast. It's just that sometimes shit gets a bit squeezy and it's like, well, that didn't happen. And, I don't think anyone will die if my podcast doesn't go out, but I don't really like letting people down. So if you missed Friday and you were a bit pissed off about that, apologies. Wasn't my intention to piss you off, but you might have got pissed off anyway, and that's your choice. Not much we can do about that, is there? Interestingly, opened up my planner, looking at my week, and I fucking love this quote. So I don't know how to say this guy's name. I'm going to try. It's Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. Imagine having a French name like that. That would be kind of cool. Anyway, so the quote is, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Well, isn't that the fucking truth, Pierre? Isn't that the truth? The human experience, like, wow. I've just spent the weekend talking to so many people who are having fucking weird human experiences right now. Not necessarily, well, not weird, just hard. There's so much hard out there. People who are like me, who are in the middle of like a whole lot of, parent support stuff, people who are dealing with really tricky kids, people who have got friends going through really big diagnoses. It's just a lot, Oh, being a human's a lot, isn't it? She says, yawning her fat head off. But Pierre was a French priest born in 1881, and he obviously knew some shit. And I really like the idea that I love the idea that we're spiritual beings and we're having a human experience. And I'm very aware of my human experience at the moment. And I think when we're in our human experience, which is, when we know we're in it, which for me is all the time because I'm kind of quite into going, where am I at? I really like the idea of knowing your season. Like, what season are you in? And I was like, I'm not going to lie, I was rubbing my hands together a little bit going, whoop, whoop, nearly done with the kids' season. So my baby's heading towards the end of his final year of college and never have to do school again. Thank sweet fucking Lord Jesus for that. I'm just going to say it. I fucking hate the education system. I think it's a load of shit. I can't be bothered. It does my head in with all the crap that we have to do with schools. And anyway, that was a bit of a rant. But I'm glad to be out of it. I'm glad to just shoving kids through a sausage factory when they're not all sausages is really boring. Anyway, done with that. Thank God. And if you've got kids in a sausage factory school system, my heart goes out to you. Oh, because you got to fill in all those forms and you got to turn up and you got to, oh my God. And, some kids love school, don't they? Some kids just know, not so much. I loved school. I actually loved school, but I loved school because I turned myself inside out to make school work. And school didn't really work for me, but I worked my ass off for it because I was such a people-pleasing little brown noser that I worked my ass off to make school kind of work for me. And I had I've got a very big effort gland. So I had a lot of effort gland going on and a lot of effort oozing all over the place to make school work. And it wasn't easy, but fuck, I worked my ass off. I exhausted myself to make school work. And it looked like I loved school and it looked like school worked for me, but it didn't really. But having watched some of my kids go through school and some of the shit that they have to deal with, and don't get me wrong, there's some amazing teachers in the world and there's some amazing humans in education and all the love in the world for that. But I think the system is bullshit. So anyway, why did I talk about that? Oh yeah, because depending on where your human experience is at, like where are you at? Like how is your human experience going? Are you in the middle, because I thought I was like, whoop, whoop, I'm nearly done with the kid thing, right? Which means I'm free, Lisa. This shit's over. You can just sail off into the do whatever the fuck you want sunset. And oh no, just as that happens, your parents, get a little bit more high needs. And fair enough, because being old's not easy. So my era at the moment is supporting my parent era. And I just made a decision that I'm going to lean into it because not much else you can do, really. And I'm really big on being in your season. And when I wrote my book, Juggling in High Heels, that was about being in the season of, I can be everything and have everything, and I'm going to have a career and children, and I'm having everything. And I'm such a believer that we can have what we want. I'm such a believer in women can have it all. Don't think we can have it all at the same time. And I think you've got to know your season, and you've got to know what balls you've got in the air. And yeah, I think that's really important. Anyway, the balls I've got in the air at the moment are my mum and dad balls, and I'm helping them with appointments and admin and stuff, and it's really full on. And that's okay. And luckily I'm self-employed and I can give myself time off to go to appointments and things, but it doesn't mean it's easy, but that's the season. The season is that. And some people are in, whatever season you're in. You might be in a divorce season or a separation season, or you might be in a building a house season, or you might be in a just got a first grandchild season, or you might be in a living overseas season. I don't know what season you're in, but just know the season. What is your season? What era are you in? Are you in your healthy era? Are you in your recovery era? What's the era? I think that's really important. So anyway, our human experience is a big deal. And I think as spiritual beings, we choose to come to life school to have a human experience, to learn about ourselves and grow. And so I do believe that everything happens for me. I do believe that the hard stuff I'm doing is teaching me shit that I need to learn, that my soul needs to learn, so that when my soul moves into its next little world, its next life, fuck, it's going to be better because of the mahi I'm doing in this life. How good's that for an idea? So this week I've got lots of work on, which is good. Oh God, I've got to go and see my accountant. Oh, that should be annoying, but guess what? It's not. It's not for two reasons. One, because Michaela's coming with me, so we're having a day out, turn it into a fun day, have lunch, swan around. And my accountant's fucking cool. She's funny and I love her, and she's great, and she's straight up, and she's a bit bonkers and a bit mad and really clever, and she just goes, yeah, don't do that, do this, we need to do that. Lisa, what are you doing? And she tells me off, and we have a laugh, and she's great. So that's good. Having good people. I used to have a boring accountant. Fuck, he was boring fucking and it was like, oh my God, it was like having teeth removed. And then I went, you know what, I'm done with this shit. And because I run a business, I need an accountant, but I need someone I can relate to and talk to, and not someone who fucking mansplains to me and talks down to me and makes stupid jokes about, you probably went shopping. Oh, shut up. Right, fuck, it's nothing to do with you if I go shopping or not. So, you got to find someone you can relate to. So, yeah, I now have a very cool accountant that likes that I go shopping, and she's fun. So that's cool. So lots of client calls. I've got so much work going on. In September, I've got a week where I'm doing 6 keynotes in 5 days. Like, Jesus, Lisa. Anyway, that's good, isn't it? That is good. Sorry, my throat's not very clear this morning and I've got the coughs. That is good because, that means if I'm doing the mahi, I get to pay my bills. So that's good. And I'm doing a lot of admin stuff this week, and I've got appointments. The optician, got to go to the optician, got to go and get my hearing aids checked. That's what happens when you're old. Fuck, I love my hearing aids. If you haven't got hearing aids, go get them. They're great. And, they are a bit annoying having furniture in your ears, but the difference is unbelievable. Last Thursday, I forgot to wear them. I just left the house in a bit of a flap and didn't put them in. Oh my God, my life was awful. So, if you've got any hearing difficulty, don't ever double think that. If you need to get hearing aids, please go get them because they are life-changing, and it limits the the risk of getting earlier dementia, because it's a fact. That's a fact. Because if you're deaf and you don't know what's going on, you can't hear, and I think your brain shuts down some of its browsers. So anyway, get those. And yeah, then I'm going line dancing. Oh my God, I've just started line dancing. So much fun. It's really hard on your brain. It's good for my brain and it's good for my ass. So they are two things I care about. So that is good. So that is my week. Nothing monumental. I've got no actual delivery, just lots of admin, lots of appointments. I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to the hearing clinic and I'm going to the optician. Like, that's a lot of admin, a lot of, looking after my sausage suit. So what appointments do you need to make? And I've been putting some of these off, but I'm like, no, come on, Lisa, get some admin done. So that's me. So getting some admin done, and the accountant. Jesus, only thing I'm missing this week's the dentist. So there you go. What's your admin? What are you doing in your human experience this week? Whew. Maybe you're just going to meditate all week and just stay in your spiritual experience. Or maybe you're down in the grounded reality of being a bloody human, looking after people, paying bills. Oh my God. There you go. Right, well, have a lovely week. I promise I will be here on Friday. I will not let you down. I am going to be so good on Friday and you will get another podcast. My standing observation. I spent the weekend doing a vision board, actually. I'm doing this vision board for my new Reclaim Your Life program. And I'm like, I just had this genius idea that what if I did a vision board and split it into quarters of the things, because, the idea of a vision board is you cut up pictures that inspire you and things you want. And I'm like, hang on, what if I did one that was my physical inspiration, my emotional, my mental, and my physical and my spiritual? So I've got this beautiful vision board and I'm going to frame it and it will be on Instagram soon because my Reclaim Your Life, I'm just doing all the prep for that program, which is in September. It's going to be so good. I'm very excited about it. I'm really excited. I keep hearing about all these women who've just lost their way and the only reason I haven't lost my way is because I had these fucking meetings with myself all the time. I'm just constantly going, cool, what are you doing, Lisa? What are you doing about that? How do you feel about that? Do you still want that there? Do you still like that person? Do you still want this in your life? Do you still want to do that? Do you still want to wear that? I'm just constantly curious about where I'm at. And I'm just really grateful that I was born with an overwhelming desire to maximize my life. This is no dress rehearsal, If you don't like someone, get rid of them. If you don't like something, throw it in the bin, declutter. If, get on with your life, make an appointment. There you go. That's your little pep talk for this week. Have a lovely week. Bye.